Alright, I've returned. That was quick this time. Let's get this started. This could be the final Ocarina of Time stream. In which case, why don't we just let the intro run for a minute? Just listen to the music. Just for a little bit. Did you guys know that whistle, that phrase, that musical phrase, is actually the warp whistle? Listen. Right? From Mario 3. I don't think it's the same whistle from any of the Zelda games, though. Let's see. Hang on. Is that what plays when you play the warp whistle in Zelda 1? It is, right?
Hey guys, Takamasak here, and welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of...
Oh my god. No. I don't want to listen to a Let's Play, I just wanted to hear the damn whistle. Ah, never mind. Same whistle, gotcha. Because I couldn't find it. I was looking for it to make the point and to, you know, show you guys that it was the same as the warp whistle. And then I only found the Super Mario 3 warp whistle. So... I was like, wait a minute, was it actually in Zelda 1? Yes, it was. I've been waiting for you, Link. Straight into story. Here we go. Link, the hero of time. You have overcome many hardships and awakened 6 sages. And now, you have a final challenge. A showdown with Crenando, the king of evil. Hey GPM. Before that, I have things I want to tell only to you. Please listen. Another unknown legend of the Triforce passed down by the Shadow Folk, the Sheikah. Folk. F-O-L-K. Some just say it folk. Right? Them folk. If you would seek the sacred triangle, something or other, the resting place of the sacred triangle, the sacred realm, is a mirror that reflects what is in the heart. The heart of one who enters it. If an evil heart, the realm will become full of evil. If pure, the realm will become paradise. The Triforce, the sacred triangle, it is a balance that weighs the 3 forces, power, wisdom, and courage. If the heart of the one who holds the sacred triangle has all 3 forces in balance, that one will gain the something or other. It's too quick. But if the one's heart is not in balance, the Triforce will separate into 3 parts, power, wisdom, courage. Only one of the whatever. Only one part will remain. People who touch Triforce represent most believe. If that one seeks the true force, that one must acquire the 2 lost parts. Those 2 parts will be held within others chosen by destiny who will bear the Triforce mark on the back of their hands. "7 years ago, Crenando, the king of Thebes, used the door you opened in the Temple of Time and entered the sacred realm. But when he laid his hands on the Triforce, the legend came true. The Triforce separated into 3 parts. Only the Triforce of power remained in Ganondorf's hand. Crenando's hand, sorry. The strength of the Triforce of power enabled him to become a mighty evil king. But his dark ambitions were not satisfied. To gain complete mastery of the world, Crenando, or Nando, if you will, or Nanendorf, started looking for those chosen by destiny to hold the 2 other Triforce parts. The ones who hold, or the one who holds the Triforce of courage is you, Link. And the other who holds the Triforce of wisdom is the 7th sage, who is destined to be the leader of them all. Oh my god. I had no idea. Alright, if anyone non-ironically, seriously, was actually surprised that Sheik was Zelda, say so now in chat. Tell me. Type 1. Non-ironically, I'm just, seriously, I want to gauge answers here. Was anyone who's never seen this? In 2014? There's a few people. There's always a few. There's always at least a few. It is I, the Princess of Hyrule, Zelda. I apologize for meeting you in disguise, but it was necessary to hide from the King of Evil. Please forgive me. On that day 7 years ago, Nando attacked Hyrule Castle. I saw you as I was escaping from the castle with my attendant Impa. I thought I should entrust the Ocarina to you. Thought it would be our best chance. As long as you had the Ocarina in your possession, I thought Nanners could never enter the Sacred Realm, but something I could never expect happened. After you opened the door of time, the Master Sword sealed you away in the Sacred Realm. Your spirit remained in the Sacred Realm, and then the Triforce fell into Nando's hands. Nando's Handos. He went on to invade the Sacred Realm. Krenan became the evil king, and the Sacred Realm became a world of evil. All of this is an unfortunate coincidence. I passed myself off as Sheikah, and hoped that you would return. I waited for 7 years. And now you're back. The Dark Age ruled by Krenando, the evil king, will end. The 6 sages will open the sealed door and lure Ganondorf back into the Sacred Realm. I will then seal the door to the Sacred Realm from this world. Thus, Ganondorf the Evil King will vanish from Hyrule. Link, in order to do this, I need your courage again. Please protect me while I do my part. And here is a weapon that can penetrate the Evil King's defenses. The power given to the Chosen Ones. The Sacred Light Arrow. You're talking to me all wrong. My friend Mike, or Lemange from chat, he was getting kind of pissed that Sheik was such a recurring character in the Nintendo universe. You know, Smash, Hyrule Warriors. Everyone loves Sheik. Only been in one game. You know, like, actually story-oriented. And Hyrule Warriors doesn't count, because that's fan service. It counts and it doesn't, but... He was actually legit getting upset. Like, you know, put Sheik in more things! I was like, okay. I mean, I don't disagree with that. That rumbling, it can't be. Princess Zelda, you foolish traitor. I commend you for avoiding my pursuit for 7 long years. But you let your guard down. I knew you would appear if I let this kid wander around. My only mistake was to slightly underestimate the power of this kid. No, it was not the kid's power I misjudged. It was the power of the Triforce of Courage. But the Triforce of Wisdom that Zelda has, when I obtain these two, then I will become the true ruler of the world. Them motivations for them complex villains. If you want to rescue Zelda, come to my castle. I find Ganondorf to be incredibly irritating at this stage of my life. You know, speaking from Link's perspective. So, as I've mentioned, we've got one heart piece to go. So, that's something I want to do. I want to get that heart piece. I want to get that last bottle. And, is there one or two more bottles, guys? I'm not even sure. I always remember 4 being the magic number, but there was a Zelda game that had 5 bottles, or maybe there was a few that had 5.
The princess is now a permanent guest at one of my 7 Koopa hotels.
Only in Skyward, okay. You get it from getting all the big pose? Oh, then I'm out. I don't really want to do that. Let's just get that heart piece. Did I ever do the frog song heart piece? Can I do that as an adult, Noel, or only as a child? And, I probably won't go back to being a kid, so... Anyone have any good, easy, you know, non-me putting effort into it heart pieces to get? Planted beans? I've only ever planted 1 beans. Gerudo Valley, there's a heart piece behind the waterfall. That'll do. Did you get the one you dive for in Hyrule Field? I don't think I did. Adult fishing is easy. I think I fished already. And I think I got the one behind the waterfall already, but I don't fully know. Oh, wait a minute. No, I have the long shot now. Alright, Gerudo Valley's on this side. No, fishing, Moogs, not finishing. Also, hello. It's fishing as an adult. I remembered a dumb story from when I was a kid. I may have told you guys about Frank, the guy who would Frank up because he smoked so much weed and he was already, like, kind of not all there. I may have mentioned Frank a number of times, so some of you know who Frank is. Regardless, when I was younger, we were sitting on my stoop, and I remember a guy drove by, he rode by on his bicycle, and Frank, you know, waved to the guy, and, like, we're sitting there in our flannel, you know, because that's what we did in 1995 or 6, whatever it was. We're sitting there in our flannel, and, the guy, maybe we were a little bit older, maybe it was like 97 or 8, you know, it doesn't matter. So, the guy, you know when someone's looking at you and they move their head up quickly? How do you describe this? You know, they acknowledge you with their face. You know, like they look at you and kind of move their head up. Whatever, it doesn't matter. You guys know what I'm talking about. So Frank described this as, he told me that he got the head. He was like, oh man, that guy gave me the head. He was like, I love to get the head. And me being a kid, I didn't fully understand that, but then my mission was to get the head from someone. And, I never quite got the head from any passerbys on a bicycle, like Frank did. It's called the head bop? Yeah, no, he called it the head. So, me now, as a fucking 16-year-old kid, am thinking like, oh man, I really want to get the head. Or 13, or however old I was, probably 13. hope there's, in fact, a heart behind the waterfall here. Otherwise, this would have been for naught. Oh yeah, there is indeed. How in the name of Jesus? Oh, there we go. Well, that one was pretty good. Have I ever gotten the head since? Oh yeah. Remember, I never whap alone. Frank was an interesting guy. He had some. He thought that Bud Ice was the best beer, right? That was like when I was young and I drank before my time because that's what all the cool kids did. Frank influenced me to drink at a young age, and he kept saying that Bud Ice was the best beer because it was brewed on like an ice block. Like he had this whole weird rationale about how Bud Ice was actually like brewed with ice, which made it especially good and cold. And it just turned out that it just had like a higher alcohol percentage, and there was nothing to do with like some kind of secret brewing technique that had anything to do with ice. And he sold it, man did he sell that shit. There's a fairy fountain nearby, right? Let's just head over there. It is a freeze-brewed beer? Oh, okay, never mind. I thought that he was making that up. But, I mean, again, the way he was describing it didn't really make any sense to me. He said that it was like... It was combined with shaved ice on an ice block. Like, he had this whole weird story about it. It wasn't until years later that I realized how disgusting that beer tasted, but that's just me. Oh, that's golden gauntlets. Oh, fuck. Well, I'm gonna attempt this. Going to attempt this with 2 fairies. Watch me eat my words. Do I still talk to Frank? No, he became a hot dog. Link, can you hear me? It is I, Rauru the Sage. We 6 will gather our power to create a bridge to the castle where Ganondorf dwells. This castle's keep, which is known as Ganon's Tower, is protected by 6 evil barriers. Bring down the 6 barriers and save Princess Zelda. Okay, clearly you guys don't understand what I mean when I say he became a hot dog. His neck and his head melded into one object, and his face is very red. He is a hot dog, and he's also a cop. And he had a kid, and he's just completely separate lives. So no, I haven't seen Frank in years. But yeah, a ton of Frank stories. Him and Gamby were good examples of just those people in your life that you never forget. I remembered another one of those people today. This guy I worked with. I worked at a bank for a year. I was actually trading stocks from Jersey City with various banks in Manhattan. I don't know why I had this job. Some of you know this already, others may not, but I really didn't like this job. And the economy got really shitty at one point, so that saved me from further torment. Anyway, when I worked at the bank, there was this fella named Sid. And Sid was of Middle Eastern descent, and he was a fucking pervert. And he used to tell me that in order to get women, alright, Vincent, what you've got to do is you got to pull your cock out. You see a woman, you pull your cock out. They love it. His strategy was to go to clubs and just whip his dick out. And he would tell me about this frequently. And I just kept saying, Sid, I don't think this works. I really don't think this is something that works, Sid. And he just kept going on about it. So he would tell me these stories. Look, I don't remember most of them, but he would tell me how, like, he would just pull his cock out, and that was it. And he would say, like, oh man, he got a woman that night. I'm like, what? My coworkers and I, like, we just were stunned. And you know what the funny thing is? Most people were used to it. He was the guy at the office that everyone was used to. Like, oh, no one was shocked by it. It just became, oh, that's Sid and his stories about, you know, indecent exposure. And, after some time, I actually got used to it myself. Everyone else I worked with was completely fine, completely normal. Business, you know, they liked their fun. Some definitely did coke. One guy in particular I know was a cokehead, but, you know, that's Wall Street, I guess. But this guy was just, he was insane. And he kept trying to take me under his wing and give me this advice, and I didn't want it. You know, I was like 23 or 4 or 5. I don't remember. My memory is shit. Maybe 24. I was like, I don't need this advice. I don't need some weird old guy telling me to pull my dick out at a club. So, again, you know, it's just those people you never forget. Memories. Precious moments. You know, got my Frank stories, my Gamby stories, my Sid stories. Sadly, I don't remember the specifics. But, you know, that's it. It's quite a nice life. What the fuck? Wait, what the hell's going on here? What, this room makes no sense to me. Alright, we got a switch. That... So this thing is weird. I've never seen this before in Zelda. Vinny, did you used to be shy? I mean, I've always had some... Yeah, I would say that's accurate, sure. Thought that would be it. The iron knuckle has to break the chairs. Oh, that's clever. That is clever, okay. I've always been as much of an introvert as I am an extrovert, I would say. There are days I don't want to really do anything. There are days that I'm extremely social. Isn't it like that for a lot of people, though? Aren't, like, a lot of people kind of, you go through your moods, you know? But yeah, I wouldn't say I was necessarily specifically shy. But, yeah, why, you know, there have been some moments. Oh my god. Alright, that is really clever. I like that. Oh my god! There we go. I love that you can take those guys out with one arrow. Bone chew time. Alright. Okay. How am I gonna do this now? Pretty clever. Like I said yesterday, some of these Master Quest puzzles are like complete dicks. Like asbestos dicks. And other ones are pretty awesome. They make you look at the game in a slightly different way. Okay, so like for example, they give you redeads here. Redeads give you magic. They fill your magic. So. Oh. I thought maybe that would... I guess fire arrows will do. Did you know that Strider was actually the name of Robert Plant's dog? Don't worry, Strider, you've been noticed. Let me just go ahead and make sure that you're noticed. With a 1-hour ban. There you go. That's okay, man, you know. Why does Vinny not have ice arrows? God, I hope I'm not gonna need those. You won't need ice arrows. Ice arrows are not needed, thank you. It's brilliant. There we go. There's the gauntlets. I can exit the castle after this area. Oh. Hey there, hand. Hand friend. So, I no longer drink soda, but I do drink a lot of, so water, various juice, and seltzer, right? I was curious about what you guys think of seltzer, like flavored seltzer. I currently have orange, and I just buy like a 12-pack, and I think it's perfect. You want just a little bit of flavor, but you don't want anything overpowering and that's gonna make you feel like crap afterwards. It's not too heavy. What is seltzer? Sparkling water? I guess. Wow, there are people that don't know what seltzer is. Then he hit the switch in the room. Oh, wait, there's a treasure chest here. Arrows. Okay. This one again? No. Mirror shield the symbol. No, that... Really? Oh god, you're right. Oh, it was hidden. It was hidden behind it. You could just barely see it. Like these little mini dungeon segments at the end of this game. I don't remember how to do this. You have to just oh, like hook shot it maybe? No. Matt, what? Hang on a minute. Wait a sec. I knew I got those goddamn things for a reason. What is seltzer? People that don't know what seltzer is, what else would you call it? Tonic water? It says sparkling seltzer water on the can. It's just basically carbonated water with sometimes a little bit of flavor. I had a strawberry lemonade seltzer. It was actually called a spritzer. So what the fuck is a spritzer now? What's the difference between seltzer and a spritzer? They taste exactly the same. But it was pretty amazing. Oh, I was reading the chat. Walked right into a thing. Club soda. There you go. Club soda is another word for it. I find that to be, again, like I said, it's not as shitty for you as soda is. So I've just more or less eliminated soda. I will have like a Coke maybe with a slice of pizza if I'm in Manhattan. Maybe like once every few months. I think that's kind of the best way to enjoy a slice of pizza with some soda. But aside from that, I've pretty much cut it completely out of my diet. Do they play good music at Club Soda? Oh, man. Let me tell you. Ava Mendes was at Club Soda. The Spritzer. It was amazing. So, I would recommend people try to cut the soda out. A friend of mine had a kidney stone. One of our old streamers had a kidney stone from drinking too much soda, and it's like, you know, I'm not here to preach, but if I can offer a good suggestion. Hey, you guys were telling me to quit smoking for like 2 years, and I finally did, so I could at least tell you guys not to drink soda. Blueberry cream soda. I don't know what kombucha is, whoever's telling me about that. Hi. Tea is good. I like iced tea. Strawberry. There's a strawberry red tea they have at this Japanese place. It's like Fuse strawberry red tea. I love that shit. That fucking shit. That fucking pig wash. Love it so much. But it is great. And water, you know, I can't really always do water. I always try to mix up a little bit. Like, I can have water 90% of the time, sure. But you need a little bit of flavor from time to time. We're spoiled, you know? We're used to having our tasty things. Everything's gotta be tasty. Also, I bought some Milk Duds today. Worst decision ever. Just kept eating them. Just had to keep eating them. You start with 1 Milk Duds, you go to 10 Milk Duds, and then you find empty boxes and sticky chocolate prints all over your items. You can't stop. Can't fucking stop when you have... For me, chocolate is a weakness. I really do have a sweet tooth. Which is why I mostly don't buy any of that shit. That's the trick for me. Just don't buy it. Because I will eat it. And a lot of it. Like the first 2 days. Until I get bored of it. Whoa, I just killed Skelly. That first Skells is dead. What fucking Skell. My friend Tyler had an idea for a Staten Island based, you know, like Uber? You guys know what Uber is, right? The driving, the people that pick you up, the taxi service, I guess you call it. He had an idea for a Staten Island version of it called Skells. You pick up and they answer Skells. He had another part to that joke. I'll get back to you with it when I figure out what the fuck it was. But it is a very perfect Staten Island joke. We have a lot of skells here. Nope. Oh, there's a key up there. Handy car. Fucking love South Park. Also, I've determined after watching The Golden Child yesterday that I can only do one word in an Eddie Murphy voice. I can maybe do the laugh sometimes. Tonight is not one of those nights. But there is one word that I can do and make it sound like Eddie Murphy. And the word is A. And thank you. That is the end of the impression. So, what else can we talk about? I have a few other things that I want to tell you guys about. Anyone watch Star Wars Rebels? The Babby show on the Disney Network that I watch. I never watched the Clone Wars because I cannot... I heard it's great. People recommend the Clone Wars all the time. I am not a Star Wars fanatic like I used to be when I was younger, but I still like Star Wars. And, can't get into Clone Wars because I just don't like the characters. The prequel universe, I don't like it doesn't... There's a lot about it I don't really like. So, I haven't watched it. One day, I might give it a shot. But I've been watching Star Wars Rebels because that's the Star Wars I kind of like. And, it's pretty alright. It's not terrible. A few episodes. It's a little kiddie. You know, it's like, I don't really like the main character that much, but, the most recent episode was pretty cool. And, it's got some Steve Bloom. You know how I love me some Steve Bloom. It's got some Stormtroopers, Imperials, TIE Fighters, custom Imperial cruisers. It's like the story of the Rebel Alliance, and some of it really feels like classic Star Wars. Like, there's some moments that I'm like, oh, this is nice. This came out of nowhere. I didn't expect this show to be decent. So I watched that today. I watched the first 2 episodes not too long ago. Oh fuck. And yeah, it's been a pretty decent experience. Wasn't there a show about Ewoks? If there was, I don't want to know about it. I don't get down with the Ewoks. Warwick Davis is the only Ewok I care about. If you know what I'm talking about. How many shots does it oh, that just stuns them, maybe? I have a question. Well, it's not a question. It's a curiosity. Okay, that doesn't work. Oh, yay! Fucking balls. That didn't work. Oh, okay, I have to just place it onto the thing. Warwick's no weirder than Steve. Yeah. Steve. The little frog creature known as Warwick. He's my favorite mythical creature. What else? Been watching The Walking Dead. You know, I'm too far invested in that show to not watch it at this point. And I've been pretty clear about how I have stopped caring about a number of characters and how I feel like the show got worse. It did. I mean, it lost Frank Darabont. They cut the budget. Season 2 was shit. Season 3 wasn't that good. The Governor, I thought was... I mean, people lost their shit over the Governor. And I liked him better in the comic. I thought TV show Governor just was like a cartoon villain. And he had there was a few things to him that made him unique. But anyway, I didn't lose my shit over the Governor. I just thought he was okay. And overdone. And there was a moment in this show where he pops out of the bushes like a fucking zombie at a horror, like, attraction. At some kind of, like, fun house. And I was like, no. Nope. But... in any case, Season 4, I feel Walking Dead did pretty well. And Season 5 so far is moving along. I don't hate it. Some good moments so far. I think the show has some potential to get good. And, you know, it's one of those shows that it's slightly above me turning my brain off and just letting things happen. I am not thinking very much while I'm watching Walking Dead. Oh, you mean Bob's Burgers? Bob is, yeah, poor Bob. No spoilers, by the way. Don't spoil it for people in chat if they're watching the show. But, fun stuff happened this previous episode. For any of the... Let's see, why isn't this... For anyone from the comics who read the comics, if anyone knows what the initials TM means, that's what was going through my mind for that scene. Again, please do not spoil. But I'm excited for next week's episode for that reason. I think I know what to do. I have to get onto this platform here. And then put on the iron boots, and then play the ocarina. Or I can miss. This time I'm not fighting the Beamos. Just gonna let them beam. Have fun beaming, guys. Only one Beamos will be fought, and it's this one. Wow. Almost dead. Why? Oh, because of the fan. Even though it's off, it's still pushing me. It was like still winding down. Oh, there's no thing there. Where am I jumping to? Fuck's sake. Yep. Yeah. Listen, you guys are definitely not here because I'm good at video games. We've established that years ago. Please. Please, Navi, look at this one. What did that do? What? There we go. 1 second, guys. Just gonna stay in this precarious situation. Yeah, we don't want to do that. Whoops. Picard Locutus situation. Forest barrier is dispelled. Hurry up, Link. That room was not fun. If I go back outside, will that fairy fountain have fairies in it? There's only one way to find out. And that is through the chat. No, that is through me going back, actually. The fountain won't have fairies. They don't have the little ones? There's a hidden fairy room in the... Vinny, no. There's a hidden fairy room in the room with the doors. You can play this song and she will heal you, but that's it. Oh. Fuck. Well, that's time wasted. Underneath the bridge in the castle, there are Deku scrubs and fairies. Okay. This kind of looks like Mother Brain a little bit. Whoops. Just vaguely reminds me of Mother Brain. The room with all the doors. Where the fuck is that now? Power that is held within these gauntlets. My god. Let's do this one as well. Dude, this fucking slug slime fire slug survived a light arrow. Fuck did he manage that? recovery heart. Oh, this room looks like a lot of fun. Fucking Beamos. Heart in each of those. So you can't do this room first. You have to do other places and get keys and shit. Going to assume that it's visible with the lens of truth. No? What the hell's going on here? There's ice. Well, I mean, obviously that's not gonna break the ice, but that ice... Do we even know if it's meltable? One second. Hearing that a bomb chew is needed. You need blue fire. Oh. I didn't know there was a fucking switch there. I just randomly swung my sword, guys. These fucking puzzles. The light barrier's dispelled. Hurry. Okay, where to next, Chief?
To the toppermost of the poppermost, Johnny.
Guess we'll do this one. We know cold fire. Oh! Damn, the blue flame is now requested. What is it? It's just an arm? That's not an icicle. That is an arm. Get out of here, arm. Oh man, the arm is acting as a switch. treasure chests. It's gonna have rupees in it or a heart. Great. I guess you're just what I needed. I needed some more rupees. And, for people that haven't been following this whole stream, I didn't do a number of side quests. I didn't do the masks. I didn't do, what else did I not do? The postman. I think that's part of the mask quest, I don't remember. Obviously didn't get all the heart pieces. I was trying to kill two birds with one stone with that one. It didn't quite work out. Alright, well, looks like I gotta do that anyway, so... Ice arrows. I didn't get all the sculptulas. So... yeah, I did miss quite a bit. But the stream has run its course, I feel. I think we've... Master Quest has definitely dragged a bit. But then again, there's really no need for most of the side quests, if you really think about it. The hearts, the bottle, maybe those are useful. Bigoron's sword is, of course, extremely useful. But anything else, I don't really see the point. Is there... do I have to maybe melt all of this? We're gonna melt all of it, just to see if there's a key someplace. Will I be streaming any more Hyrule Warriors? There's always a chance. I mean, there's a few more glitches I would like to attempt. And, I've unlocked some more characters. I'll probably be streaming the updates. There's a Majora's Mask update. Well, it's like DLC, so I guess DLC updates. As they come out. And the Majora's Mask one I'm really, really curious about. There's supposed to be a new character. Skull Kid? Maybe? Ride the water. Wait a minute. Could it be something like that? I want to take a look at this, because that could be... maybe that's the solution. Okay, we're riding the water. And there's nothing up here. Wrong button. I thought the hook shot was still on that. Whoops. The happy mask salesman. I don't see why not. I finally got to play some more co-op with Mike, by the way. He likes Crenando. He is definitely a fan of Crenando. Am I okay? I sound kind of tired. Oh yeah, definitely tired. Today I had a really long day. There's work being done. We had to get stuff done around the house. Concrete work in specific relation to piping because of water damage, etc., etc. So that's quite a bit of money. But what's worse is that I have to actually be up... Whoa. Whoops. I have to be up a lot earlier than usual because they come early and then it's just pounding and like saws and yeah, so, and that's not very pleasant. So I didn't sleep that great. And also, I had a really, really nasty headache. What's that? No headache medication, no Excedrin, no Advil, no Tylenol. Oh, I still have a Vicodin or two left over from when my wisdom teeth were removed last week. Sure, I'll take a Vicodin for my fucking headache. Oh, wait a minute. That's not what I want to do either. So, yeah, I mean, between me being tired and me taking a fucking Vicodin for a headache, yeah, we're on cloud 9 today. Peace and love. Peace and love. I just keep hearing Ringo in my voice. Interesting. What? I don't understand the relation between shooting a bomb and... Maybe there was a switch, never mind. I like when Ringo Starr was like... A few years ago, Ringo released a video about how he was refusing autographs. Like, you know, after a certain date, I will sign nothing. It is with peace and love. I am trying to tell you, do not send me anything after this date. It sounded like he was threatening his fans with peace and love. And I love that video so much. What the fuck is this? Oh, this is a, it's fire. Here, you know what? I gotta play it. I think it's worth it. I want you to see that I'm not exaggerating, that he is threatening with peace and love. Also, there was a Brent Spiner cameo in the newest Star Wars Rebels episode. I just remembered that. Brent Spiner being Data. Or Brink Springfield, you know. If anyone knows who he was, you win absolutely nothing. Except the fact that you have a sharp ear. Ringo, no more fan mail. Here we go. Listen to the way he says this. It's brilliant.
This is a serious message to everybody watching my update right now. Peace and love, peace and love. I want to tell you, please, after the 20th of October, do not send fan mail to any address that you have. Nothing will be signed after the 20th of October. If that has a date on the envelope, it's going to be tossed. I'm warning you with peace and love, but I have too much to do. So no more fan mail. Thank you, thank you. And no objects to be signed. Nothing.
Nothing.
Anyway, peace and love, peace and love. Oh, peace and love, peace and love.
It's fucking Ringo, man. What the hell? Why can't he just... I've shown that video. Yeah, we've discussed this in the past. I will always get a kick out of that because... I mean, you know, he means well. He's, you know, he's just trying to say, listen, I don't want to fucking sign your bullshit anymore. He's one of 2 surviving members of one of the biggest musical acts of all time. Of course he's gonna get tons of fan mail. And, you know, I can understand why he doesn't want to do it anymore, but it's just the way he says it is what gets me. Vinny, will you sign my cat? I think someone actually said that to me at Comic-Con as a joke. I did sign some 3DSs though, and someone's toy, I think. I don't remember correctly. Maybe I signed someone's toy. It was like a model or something. I don't... It was a blur. There is actually a little bit of footage from the meetup in my Comic-Con video. So if you... Not the Barcade meetup, but what we did at Comic-Con. So if anyone here caught that, there's like a tiny bit of footage. You can see how many people were there. I signed a Sailor Moon thing, right? I don't remember. When was that video made? Which one? The Ringo? That was 2008. Rupees. Oh, a key. You know what would be terrible? If I fell off the platform here. We're gonna go nice and slow. Like, real slow. Until we get to the guillotine, of course. That was pretty scary, huh? Look at that. Right at the edge. Peace and love. No more cats to sign. What's your least favorite Zelda game? Spirit Tracks. Interesting concept. I didn't like the execution. And, the DS Zelda games in particular just... yeah, not my thing. Not my thing. Luckily, the 3DS Zelda game, Link Between Worlds, totally redeemed any of that. Like, completely and totally. You bet Vinny charges for his autographs? No, Vinny doesn't charge his... I'll be at Comic-Con one year. I'll have like a little booth. Wrestling superstar Virgil. I'll be right next to him, streaming superstar Vingel. And I'll charge between $40 and $95 for my autograph like they do at Comic-Con. See, they're clever. What they do at Comic-Con is extremely clever. I get it. You know, there's people that want to go see you, and if you're famous, everyone's gonna mob you if your autographs are free. And of course, that's a day's work. You're still meeting people. You're still signing autographs. You know, you're doing stuff. You're not just sitting there and you know, not doing anything. So, I get it. You know, like, of course you're gonna want to have some reason to sign stuff. So you charge a bit of money. I think the prices are a bit extravagant, in my opinion. But whatever, okay. I'm not gonna be a hypocrite. I got a Brent Spiner autograph for 40 bucks, which is the only thing I purchased at Comic-Con, as I mentioned. But I feel like, you know, where am I going with this? I don't know if I'm defending or not defending the people for charging the money. I don't even know at this point. I completely forgot where I was going. Well, it's not a great thing. Oh, lower prices. That's pretty much all I was gonna say. You don't need to do 40. Cut them in half. That's all I was trying to say. Just cut them in half. You don't need to charge $95 for an autograph if you're a fucking rich megastar. You know, like William Shatner has all that Star Trek money, and he still does. T.J. Hooker, he's got... I don't know if he's still making money from T.J. Hooker, but Boston Legal, you know, movies, commercials, Priceline. That dude's he's got cash. He's got bank. He shouldn't be charging nearly $100 for an autograph. But that's how it do. That is how it do. It is very common to see people with lots of money charge lots of money for autographs. You work Comic-Cons. What happens is the convention pays a celebrity a certain amount. They decide how many autographs they'll sign. They divide the cost. So there's part the celebrities wanting money, and the cons making back their money. Okay, thank you for that. That's an education for all of us. And again, you know, it's my favorite. If it's someone I really, really like, I'll spend that 40 bucks. I've never done it before. I spent the money for Brent Spiner because I think he's great. He was in Independence Day. He was in Star Trek. That's it. So, you know, he was good in those two things. And he's a trooper too. Like he was there all days, just about. He was there to the very end. At Chicago, he tweeted that he was like the last person there while the Chicago comic thing was ending. And I gotta say, yeah, that's a trooper. Und wer is the last rupee? Wer is it? You're honestly shocked if Shatner still has Star Trek money. Residuals. Movies? 6 movies. 7. If you, well, yeah, 7 if you count Generations. DVDs, Blu-rays of the series. Of course he's still got Star Trek money. He gets residuals, man. How much does Ringo Starr charge for peace and love? Not, I don't think he charges anymore, because that would include an autograph. It's up on the ledge, so yeah, you gotta start over. Oh. You're correct. You are correct, sir. I see it now. And I gotta get some more of that blue... the blue drink. Then you get to a point, just to deviate from the conversation, then you get, I would imagine as a celebrity, you get to a point where you just have so much money that you don't really know what to do with it. So sure, you're gonna pass it on to your family. You know, some people want to buy a fucking island and achieve the height of opulence. I think those people can eat a dick, but that's just me. Bill Gates, regardless of whether or not you like the guy's policies or his attitude or whatever, he's done a lot when it comes to donating to charity. And that's something I think I would... If I had that much money, or if I had even a fraction of that much money, yeah, there would be field days. Charities would be having field days with the amount I would donate. All I need is, you know, a place or two to live. One for, you know, all year round, one for the summer. If I really wanted to, like, if I was that rich, if I had Star Trek money, I would have a place in New York City, and maybe a place someplace hot, like Florida or fucking, you know, San Fran or something, whatever. And that would be it. Then, you know, maybe one or two nice cars, have as much money as I can to afford my video games, and that would be it. I wouldn't really need a whole lot more than that. Like, I'm not really much of a spender. I got Netflix, finally, today. That was my reward for myself. So when people... Oh, fuck. Again, I thought that was my hook shot. God damn it. So when people are like, hey, Vin, you know, what do you... Like, how much money do you spend on things? Or, like, you know, do you have money to spend? I'm like, yeah, I bought Netflix today. Jeez. Big spender. But yeah, if I was a celebrity and I had that much money, I wouldn't know what to do with it. George Harrison of the Beatles, he saw enlightenment. I think I would probably just fucking meditate, learn, like, get a yogi, hire my own personal yogi. That would be cool, right? I'm just trying to judge the distance between this and that. And I have to say, I'm not doing a very good job at it. Okay, what I want to do is... Christ almighty. What I need to put... I'm gonna take a chance here. I'm taking a risk. I just don't know how I'll be able to get up there. Oh wait, I don't need a block to get up there. Oh, that's where I had this figured out wrong. I thought I needed a block to get to the door. I don't. Peace and love. That solves that problem. Would I ever visit Oregon, Washington? Probably go to Portland just to see what that's all about. See if Fred Armisen's right about it. Check out Seattle. Yeah, I would love to travel more, but at the moment, finances, and of course, you know, I don't really love to travel alone. I kind of would prefer if I had someone to travel with. But I could see myself in the next few years, you know, if I have a little extra cash, checking out some different states in the US, maybe going to conventions here and there. I would love to do that. That would be, that's another thing too. If I had that kind of millionaire money, I would just travel, man. I would just check out different places. I would love to just meet people, see how things are in different parts of the world, even different parts of the country. We live in I live, obviously not all of you here are Americans, thank God, but yeah, I mean, I live in a hugely diverse country that has some extremely amazing things to look at. And I do want to see a desert at least once. Fucking head over to Roswell, find some aliens, man. Where am I? I was reading chat for a second. Whoa! Oh, man. That sucked. I missed that by an inch. You know what's awkward? Something I remembered that happened today. I was at a CVS, just buying some random shit, and the boss of the CVS reprimanded the employee, like, harshly in front of me. It was, the employee was mentioning how another employee had to do a certain amount of pallets, or, like, boxes or whatever, in a short amount of time, and she noticed that the employee only did 1 instead of 4, and the boss said he got really angry. He's like, yeah, that's my job. My job is to keep track. And I was just standing there, like, waiting online, and she was like, well, I mean, I can't help but know I'm an employee here. I mean, everyone knows that she's a bad worker. And he was like, no, you're not supposed to worry about this. You're supposed to do the buttons on the register, and you're supposed to open boxes and put things away. I'm supposed to think about the employees, not you. Okay? That's why I get paid more money. That's why I have the experience. I was just like, whoa, it's a little harsh. And then he just, like, and again, he wasn't loud about it, but he was... You can still be forceful about a point without getting, like, tremendously loud about it, but I was just blown away at how... I felt bad for that poor lady. Maybe she was, like, extremely nosy, though. You don't know. Maybe there are things that we don't know in the story. You know, I was only there for a minute. Maybe he's given her trouble in the past, or vice versa, rather. Could be the case. Oh, really? Come on. Oh, I got cheaped out. So fucking hard. Yeah, you don't want to get involved. I don't really care, but I mean, let's just face it. It sucks to get reprimanded in front of customers. I've worked retail. I know a lot of you probably have worked retail. Well, statistically, there are people here who know the retail experience. And it's bad enough to get reprimanded, but in front of customers, Jesus. My heart broke for that poor lady. But yeah, it's also, you don't want to get too involved. Like, that's the other thing. Work drama can be... maybe for this lady, she got involved with things that she shouldn't have gotten involved with. And that's like some good general advice. Just let other people deal with the drama. Don't take your job with you. You know, when you're at a job, go there to work. I did it for 13 years, you know. Go there to work and try not to let other things happen that could affect your mood. I know the nosy people that I used to work with. I know all about it. And remember, this is the birthplace of Snooki and to the situation and fucking Johnny Go Fuck Yourself from Jersey Shore. So we have some extra shitty people here. Anyway, concentration. I really don't like this level, like, at all, really. This kind of sucks, I have to say. Bomb's not gonna reach. The most underrated feature of the 3DS version of this game. At least I think it's the most underrated. Using the gyroscope to aim. It is a thing of beauty. I am actually afraid to hookshot onto that. Oh, why? It went up and not down. I was like, okay, it could go either up or down. It's gonna go up or down. Obviously, there's no middle ground here. If it shakes, it's going up or down. And it went up, and I fucking beefed it. Christ almighty. Alright, I'm good. Hey. We're back on Vine time, prime time, and I'm just, you know, gonna do the same puzzle. The good news is I'm almost done with this dungeon, and therefore this game, which means no more Master Quest puzzles. I want to go back to something for a minute about other people's business. I sadly think it's pretty it's human nature to get involved in other people's business. It's hard not to. Even, you know, I have to check myself from doing it sometimes. But it sucks. Again, that lady may have been a good example. I think, you know, there was a quote that I want to get right, if you don't mind me just looking for it. I've remembered this for a very long time. It was something like, I need the exact quote. It was like, talking about people is the lowest form of conversation. Talking about events is like mid form of conversation, and talking about ideas is a higher form of conversation. I think that's the quote. Now, if anyone knows the exact way that was worded, I would be very grateful, because I would like to get it exactly right. But I've remembered it, and it's almost difficult for me to be around certain family members and certain friends, because it seems like all they do is gossip about people. And I think you really need better things to talk about. You really need better things to do. Wow, look at that angle. Small people talk about other people. Good people talk about things. Great people talk about ideas. That seems to be... Someone just put that in the chat. That seems like a quote. I've been subject to this. I have to say, this is probably... It's not the first time in my life I've been subject to gossip. God. I'll just keep talking to fuck the pain away. But yeah, I mean, people, you know, when you get any kind of recognition, people do tend to get a little bit too involved in my personal life. I could pretty easily understand it. It's, I guess, the same reason why we talk about celebrities, and I wouldn't put myself on that level at all. That's not something, you know, I don't consider myself to be anything important. But, you know, between the stream and the YouTube channel, and you know, there are a lot of people. And it's weird adjusting to the idea that at some point there are people talking about you. Mostly good. And I'm okay with you know, any of that, really. But it gets weird when you start hearing some of it, like, echoed back to you. And I have to say, it's like... It's made me... It's made me understand why speculating about, like, celebrities' personal lives, for example, is really just... I think it's trash. I really do. But, you know, it goes back to that quote. Try the hover boots. Yeah, hover boots would make sense, but, you know, I'm stubborn and I like to get killed by falling platforms. Something seemingly easy that I was able to do, and now I can't do. And I'm rushing through it, which is probably not doing me any favors. I don't know where I'm going. I don't know where I'm landing. Goodbye. Italians are notoriously, I find, like I said, my family and other people from where I live are notorious for, like, I have trouble if I'm at, like, a dinner with family, because really that's just all they do is just talk shit about each other. Family talking shit about family, friends, people they knew, people that are dead. You haven't been to a a fun family function unless you've heard someone talk shit about a dead person. So I just keep to myself, usually during those conversations. I've had to deal with this most of my life, and it's always turned me off. Will I make it this time? Will the tightrope reach the end? Will the final couplet rhyme? Yeah, it's not just Italians. I mean, we have a notorious reputation for being very bombastic and loud, and I would say that's true. You know, some stereotypes do make sense. But, yeah, it's just like... I guess maybe my family watched one too many mobster movies. And I can't deal with it sometimes. And again, not just my family, people at my old job. Just, you know, people at multiple jobs I've had. I'm sure you guys see it wherever you live. I'm sure this is not unique to where I live and unique to any specific race or whatever. Cool. No. Oh, no. No! What the fuck? I'm getting so angry at this. I'm losing my shit. I got a little tortellini just then. You heard the tortellini come out? This is the worst. This is the worst. I really... I don't think I'll ever replay Master Quest. Most of Master Quest is tolerable. I'm not trying to say that you shouldn't play it ever, but... shit like this kills an experience for me. And on a final word about, you know, talking about people, and I don't want it to seem like I'm some kind of Jesus, because God knows I've done it, and sometimes I still do it, but that's kind of where I think it's best for me in my life to say, okay, I'm going to recognize that I don't like this about myself, and I'm going to make a conscious effort to change and to, you know, avoid. And just maybe just remind myself each time I do it and be like, no, that's not good. Okay. We did it. It's done. This room is now finished. Just enough arrows and magic to shoot the goddamn thing. yes, dispel the magic. Fucking finally. So, where are them fairies is? Someone said fairies earlier, and I was like, you know what? I could use some of those in a bottle right now. But Vinny, are you okay with the fact that no one will commend you for not talking gossip about people while they will gossip about you? It is, use lens of truth under the bridge. Got it. It's what I signed up for in some ways. But I guess, those people, you know, that's their business, sadly. I'm gonna just be the best person I can, and if people do want to continue that kind of thing, you know, they have to live with themselves. If, you know, I can sleep well. I can sleep easy at night. So how's that for an answer? I don't want to, like, shit myself down a level if I don't have to. The stream has made me a better person, by the way. I want to point that out, too. I think, when your every word is scrutinized, you tend to, after a while, kind of adjust certain behaviors and start, like, kind of taking a closer look at yourself. So, you know, gotta love that. Oh, the mirror shield doesn't deflect. I see. I didn't know that. Alright, what are you guys selling? Deku nuts? Don't need those. What are you selling? Red potion? Nope. Arrows? Yeah. Bombs? No. Green potion. I mean, I don't have any magic right now. But I'm gonna try to go for it. One second, guys. Just give me 1 second. Sausage chasm. Sadly, you're right. And I believe that is for the reason you have listed. I noticed that real quick in chat. Yeah. It happens. Like I said, you gotta be careful. Did you guys see Shia LaBeouf? Do you want to talk about people gossiping and talking about him? And then he went on, you know, a late night thing, and he just had a chat, and he was honest and open about it. And that was it. But people were like, "Oh, he's gone off the rails. He's crazy now." Maybe he did go a little crazy. But he did put himself out there pretty... It's hard to say, because he put himself out there so much. And when you're a celebrity, you kind of have to be careful about the things you do. And if you're gonna get arrested for, like, being weird at a club, people are gonna talk. So you gotta keep yourself, in check. And then, he used a razor to cut scars into his face for a movie role, and people were like, "Oh, he's insane. You know, he lost it. He can't handle the pressure. He's insane. He went crazy." I mean, maybe. One of those child star things. but you know, you can't really speculate about the inner workings of a human being's mind unless you are that human being. And even then, you just don't know. You're not, you know. How many times have you thought something and you're like, what the fuck is going on in my head? Am I gonna beat the game in the red tunic? Nah. No, we'll keep it classic. Amanda Bynes, yeah, people giving that girl shit. And again, as a celebrity, she did some pretty interesting things to open herself up to. I guess it's a mix, you know, readjusting, you know, some of the things I'm thinking. You do, if you're in the public eye, you gotta take care of yourself. And you gotta make sure you're not doing fucking stupid shit. But even if you're not, people still get pretty ravenous, I would say. So it's kind of like there's no, you know, absolutes. You know, when they say only a shit deals in absolutes. I think it's kind of like that. Kind of makes you wonder why people want to be famous. It seems great at first. Everyone gets to think about how great you are. You know, rich, recognized, you can get into certain things that you might not otherwise be able to. Adoration of loving fans. And then there's like 13 times more downsides. Loss of privacy. You know, people up your butt, scrutinizing your every move. Death threats. Fucking IRS on your shit. Like extreme pressure. Yeah, there's a lot. It's the genie that you can't put back in the bottle. Basically. Vinny, are you gonna play a bit of Smash? No, not tonight. You know what? I never even considered that. Zex just said something very interesting. The funny thing is when he says only a Sith deals in absolutes, he was making an absolute statement. Holy fuck. You know, that's a really good quote from Star Wars, and it's one that I think about from time to time. And I try not to be the type of person that thinks in absolutes. And that's probably the only thing that I got worthy out of the prequels. If that was even in the prequels. But now that I'm thinking about it, that is an extremely hypocritical quote. Good job pointing that out. I don't know how I never realized that. Jesus. Just never thought about it. Vinny, did you get the Pokemon demo? No. Yaki sent it to me, and I might just give it away to someone at some point soon. But I'm not interested right now in another Pokemon game. We're going classic Link for this. At least for now. Alright guys, let us cleanse the palate of all the heady ideas I've been discussing with you. And let's fight a fucking boss in a video game. He's not playing that organ. He's just floating his hands daintily above the keys. Ganondorf is such a shit that he has to use like auto keyboard. It's actually a foot pedal. Pretending to play to show off to Link. The Triforce parts are resonating. They're combining into one again. The 2 Triforce parts that I could not capture on that day 7 years ago. I didn't expect they would be hidden within you two. And now, finally, all of Triforce parts have gathered here. These toys are too much for you. I command you to return them to me. Link, I can't help you because of the waves of darkness. I can't get close. I'm sorry, Link. King of Evil, who isn't so great, Nando. That's my Nando. Coming soon to Nickelodeon. I did Phantom Ganon with the bottle. I don't think I'm gonna use the bottle for this fight. I'm just gonna use the Master Sword. Turning the 3D on for this. This actually really gets a lot easier when you use the 3D. Just maybe not a lot easier, but it's kind of nice. You can judge the distance between the ball and yourself, and it's always nice to know exactly how far the balls are away from you. I don't even have a free bottle. I was thinking about just doing it for a little bit, but yeah, I've got too many full bottles. Gotcha. Evil King Ganondorf beaten by this kid? Oh, there's that green blood. Wow, his nose is so pointy in 3D. Guys, his nose is popping off my screen in 3D, I swear to God. Link! Ass. Pointy ass, chunky ass. Ganondorf. Pitiful man. Without a strong, righteous mind, he could not control the power of the gods, and... It's not over yet. Link, listen to me. This tower will soon collapse. With his last breath... With his last breath, Nando is trying to crush us in the ruin... What the hell did I do to this sentence? Ruins of the tower. We need to hurry and escape. That was just butchered. Please follow me. This castle looks a lot better in this remake. I really always, even when I was younger, when the game first came out, I thought that the Ganondorf's castle looked a bit like Chunky Ass in the N64. You know, it was just really spiry, a lot of black, boring textures, a lot of like sprites thrown on the end of models. It just didn't. I didn't think it looked good at all, even when I was younger. Chunky ass. I can't stop saying it. God damn it. Fucking Eddie Murphy. Your ex works at Nando's Chicken, and the restaurant is now ruined forever. Because of what? Because of Crenando? I told you the story. This guy Gamby was looking at Smash Brothers on like an old CRT TV, very blurry. The text was small. They were playing Super Smash Brothers, I think Melee. And he said, "Yo, who's that? Who's Crenando?" It was Ganondorf. Everyone looked at him in befuddlement at how he could turn Ganondorf into Crenando. And since that day, I was not present, but this is the legend. Since that day, I have called Ganondorf Crenando a lot. And I can't help it. So that's, for those that were wondering why I kept calling him Nando, there you go. I might try to like write a journal of Gamby stories. You know, like when I hang out with my friends, I'm gonna get like a little notebook and I'll write down the stories, because I wasn't present for a lot of the good ones. So one day maybe I'll have some more stories for you guys that you haven't heard. Really, Link? Now's not the time. You just fought Ganondorf. You're escaping a crumbling building, and you're afraid of a little bacony flesh man. It's just a little bacon. I would write down some stories for you. Oh, sorry, Zexy. It hasn't been like a year or two, has it? I just said that I was going to try to get some more stories for Gamby stories. Now, however, I want to actually write them down. So if I remember, next time I go to my friend's house and we're all gathered, I am going to bring a pen and a notebook. Chunky ass. It's over. It's finally over. Link, I'm sorry I couldn't help you in battle before. Still one of the coolest versions of Ganon. And he's had a lot of really weird, interesting iterations, but this one is completely memorable. Now, wasn't this where you would do something stupid and there would be the hammer glitch that you could... I vaguely remember a really bizarre first-person glitch. Sadly, there's not a whole lot to the battle, I feel. But, again, for its time, I think this was impressive as fuck. It's just once you know what you're doing, you kind of just walk around them. Fucking wail on him. Link, the Master Sword, hurry up. Use the Master Sword to destroy Ganon. I will. I am ready. It's time. Come a long way, guys. I love how you can sneak through his legs. Ooh. No. Doing better with the fucking Bigoron sword for some reason. Oh man. This is the Sword of Evil's Bane. It should be more effective than it is. Just as I ran out of magic. Perfect. Yeah, Zelda. Zelda fucking kicks ass in Hyrule Warriors, by the way. Using my power to hold the evil king, use your sword and deliver the final blow. I can do that! I can do that! Oh, that red blood is so sorely missed, though. ancient creators of Hyrule. Now open the sealed door and send the evil incarnation of darkness into the void of the evil realm. Rock, fish, Middle Eastern lady, small child that's many thousands of years old, maybe. Other man who looks like an owl. We are the Super Rangers. Your powers combined. I am Captain Planet. Curse you, Zelda. Curse you, sages. Curse you, Link. Someday when this seal is broken, that is when I will exterminate your descendants. I mean, that's fantastic. A villain that will exterminate someone's fucking descendants. As long as the Triforce of Power is in my hand. Quite literally. I like that the seal has to be broken. Like, but he's so confident because evil is a constant, and people just keep breaking the goddamn seal. Because there's always evil, and when that arises, there needs to be some kind of balance, the yin to the yang. But he can't leave on his own. It's usually some other jerk-off that opens the seal. Not even Captain Planet can keep it closed forever. Thank you, Link. Thanks to you, Ganondorf has been sealed inside the evil realm. Thus, peace, pizza will once again rain. It's gonna rain pizza, what, from the sky? In this world, for a time. All the tragedy that has befallen Hyrule was my doing. I was so young, I couldn't comprehend the consequences of trying to control the sacred realm. I dragged you into it, too. Now it is time for me to make up for my mistakes. You must lay the Master Sword to rest and close the door of time. However, by doing this, the road between times will be closed. Link, give the Ocarina to me. As a sage, I can return you to your original time with it. I often forget that they have elf ears. And when you see cosplays of Link at Comic-Con, for example, generally I don't see the ears. But Jesus, those ears are really fucking long. Why don't we have some kind of, like, there needs to be some kind of power in a future Zelda game where you take advantage of the Hylian ears. Peace has returned to Hyrule. It is time for us to say goodbye, like super hearing or some shit. And thus, within this little time frame, the Zelda timeline branches off in 3 separate ways. Now go home, Link. Regain your lost time. Home, where you're supposed to be. The way you're supposed to be. The innocence will never return. He went from no hormones to hormones in 0.5 seconds. Thank you, Link. Goodbye. Fake ears look fake and they don't stay on very well. I know. I agree. You should see how many horrible Spocks there were at Comic-Con. Just really not good ears. Just very, very shoddy. Let's not focus on what happens in alternate timelines. We know that there's 3, and when she sends him back, it kind of fucks everything up. And Majora's Mask is the result, and there's a whole bunch of speculation about what that represents. And if Link actually even survived that, which he probably didn't, in my opinion, based on what I've read. But let's not think about that. Let's think about The hero of time was just a young boy, and he restored peace to the land with a number of friends that helped him, but mostly through his own courage. It's not really a complex story. It's nothing, there's like not really betrayal. There's not like heartbreak and things you'd expect from a really, really long, convoluted, complicated story, of which I do like, by the way. I like good stories that have twists and turns and complex characters, but there is something that resonates with a lot of people about Zelda games. It's very kind of simple archetypes: courage, power, wisdom. This game dealing with childhood, adulthood, innocence, loss of innocence. There's some nice themes. Simple, but I can understand why the game aged so well, and it still endures. I have to say, gameplay is still pretty good. The story is good, the environments are good, music is great. It's just a good game. Maybe not the best game ever made, but it does what it does well. Purge the flesh! Excuse me. Doesn't Majora's Mask, someone said Link dies in Majora's Mask? I mean, more than likely he was turned into a Stalfos, or he died, or something. That's what the common theories state. That's what I like to think is accurate. That was only a few months after this, though. Someone said it was a few years. I think it was only a few months. Just a simple ending, all the characters together. It's good. The happy mask salesman before he turned into a fucking raving psychopath. Even though that probably isn't even him. Link's perception of him. Deep, man. Fucking deep. The deep as the King Zora's balls were in that river. Moe. It's nice to be able to play as Darunia and Ruto and Impa in Hyrule Warriors. It is a good fan service game if you like the characters. A few years too late, in my opinion, but still good nonetheless. And yes, I still, for someone asked in Twitch chat, is it any good? I think it's good, but if you've never played Dynasty Warriors, do a little research on that series first before you buy it. Don't waste your money. Some people might not like it, but I like it. Fan service out the ass. Gameplay is solid, repetitive, but keeps you busy. Goodbye, Navi. Ah, those bells, man. Really love the bells. And there's the link between so many Zelda games, if you'll forgive the use of the word link. That fucking sword. The Master Sword sleeps forever until a few hundred years from now. Arrest that man. King Zelda, arrest that man with the big nose and the orange hair. We've already had one ending, yes. What about the second ending? How about a little remix? I love music. Yes. First time I actually paid attention to that ending medley. That was pretty good. That was pretty good. Well, that was fun. We did it, guys. We finished Ocarina of Time 3D Master Quest. Probably be the only, well, it's the only Zelda game I'm doing this year, or at least I don't think I've done another Zelda game this year. Guys, did I do another Zelda game in 2014? Did I do Link to the Past? Wait, no, I didn't do that. I did Link Between Worlds last year. I did Wind Waker last year. Oh, I did Zelda 2 this year. That's right. That's right. Link Between Worlds was last year. Yeah, Zelda 2. I do that every year, though. That one almost doesn't count. A little bit of Hyrule Warriors. Yeah, that was 2000. Excuse me, that was 2013. I did Link Between Worlds. So this will be the last Zelda game I do this year. Next year, maybe we'll have Zelda U. But yeah, that's it. That was our last stream of the game. I'll miss it. I had a lot of fun streaming it. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Always fun to do one of the games that kind of defined a certain age, you know. For me, it was Metal Gear Solid, it was Final Fantasy VII, there's Chrono Trigger, Super Metroid, Super Mario Brothers, and Super Mario Brothers 3. Ocarina, if I didn't say it already. Obviously, that's what I'm leading up to. Like, each of these games kind of defined a certain point in my life. Secret of Mana as well. And there's only maybe about, I don't know, 12 games that I could say that for, that really meant something to me at a different part in my life. Like Final Fantasy VIII, for example, didn't. It was a fun game at the time. I liked it. The story was cool. It didn't really mean as much to me as Final Fantasy VII did, for a number of weird reasons that I guess a lot of us probably couldn't put words to. But yeah, it's pretty good. Pretty good. It's over. And the good news is the next big game I will be streaming is Eternal Darkness, just in time for Halloween. So we'll be right in the thick of the game on Halloween. You know, gonna start tomorrow, maybe, depending on whether or not I stream tomorrow. I probably stream tomorrow, but I don't want to guarantee anything just yet. Tomorrow's Wednesday, right? Yeah. Well, it's already Wednesday now, actually. So later on today, let's put it. But yeah, tomorrow night, you know what I mean. So we'll start Eternal Darkness. That's going to be really good. I'm really excited to restream that. It's been 2 years since I played it. And this is the first time I'll be streaming it with my HD capture card. Actually, it's been 3 years. It's not been 2, it's been 3, I believe. So that's should be fun. Anyway, we'll check out the art. And then I will get going. And you guys could have yourself a holly jolly fucksmas. Okay. Put on. One second, guys. All right. What kind of art do we have tonight? Okay, if you missed this from Xeno Striker, I think you guys are going to love this. This is a BRB from Xeno Striker. Xeno is amazing. And he works in video games. Believe it or not, guys, could you believe it? He works for video games. From what I hear, that video games is a pretty good employer. But yeah, you can definitely see his talent. Really nice. Thank you, Pete. From Blank in Space, here's one of those weird mushrooms. Every so often, people just make the weirdest mushroom. Oh, this is Grimrock. This is one of those Legend of Grimrock mushrooms, but with the Vinesauce mushroom implanted over it. That's really good, Blank in Space. I love it. The only comment on this is from Mr. Stinky, who wrote Third Leg. With a name like Mr. Stinky, I would not expect anything less. From Crapscoot, this is like Earthbound, kind of, but me. Thanks. I like it. It's really good. It's really cute. Still haven't played any of the Mother series, to my eternal dismay. But one day. From Mexican Spearman. Vine Sausage 10, 21 out of 21 Master Quest. I got head. No, he got the head. Look at these pixels. The skill of those pixels. From Sylveon, here's a Vinesauce mushroom. My only complaint is that the white of the background blends into the white of the mushroom. Wouldn't mind if you re-uploaded that with a clear background or with a black background, but it's good. And here's a BRB version. From C, just get me off these clothes already. I don't know why that was Snake. I guess I'm ready for different clothes. I think I get what you're going for with that one. From Ryusha. Okay, Goron Sword didn't work. Well, I'm out of ideas. Song of Time. You didn't come here because I was good at video games. Vinny 2014. From Ice God 64. You played the Song of Time again. You'll never get it out of your head. I must. In the past 2 days, I've played the Song of Time 36 times. From C. Here's another one of those stylized and very different looking Vinesauce mushrooms. Very cool. It's a cockluigi. Sorry. From Snickerdoodle. See, now this looks like it took a little bit of time to make. Problem is the GIF doesn't really go very quick. Do you have a video file for this that you could send me, Snickerdoodle? Maybe email it to me, because I will use this to open streams. That's really, really cool. I like that a lot. The pixelated 3D effect. Just something very striking about it. So, yeah, maybe send me an email if you can, and a video file will be great. That way I can use it at its full speed. From Crazy SRFR, here's a Halloween-themed Be Right Back. From the same person, this one's just not reversed. Oh, that was reversed. Okay, well that's nice. It looks like you actually drew that on a piece of paper and scanned it. But it's good. It fits the Halloween season. From Dickard. Here's the Hylian shield with the Vinesauce mushroom on it. Pretty cool. From Mr. Weird Guy. Vinesauce. Wrath of the Walrus. So that's me shooting some kind of green power. There are Shrek slimes. And that's Vinny, I believe. There's Vinny. This almost looks like a Mega Man type game. My question is, Mr. Weird Guy, is this real? You write mock-up. I think you just made this. It looks cool. I wouldn't mind actually playing a game like this, of course, but it's not real, is it? If it's real, let me know. Email me, let me know. But until then, I don't know who you are in chat, so whatever. But really cool. Even if it's just a mock-up, it's a nice little picture. And it makes me want to play a platforming game that much more. Let's see, what's next? From Some Repulsive Imp. Here's Mario 64 Chaos Edition. Hats. Attack of the Hats. Title come up. The title was arrived upon by George Lucas, if you didn't know. From Ryusha. So what did you think of the Master Sword? The hell is a Master Sword? I don't remember the reference, if there's a reference there, sorry. From Sty Please. Your first fan art. That's cool. That's me from my Comic-Con video with all the buttons. Actually, I will tell you what buttons I have on my camera bag. I have 4 FTL ships. I have 1 Chrono Trigger button with like the clocks on it, and I have a Vinesauce pin, or a Vinesauce button. So 4 FTL ships, Chrono Trigger, and Vinesauce. That's what the pins are. But I like how you kind of varied. You varied the flair, the pieces of flair. Let's see, what else do we have here? We've got Void Abaddon. The hook shot at my worst moment earlier. From Zealous Champion. Vinny, instead of Mafia 2, it's Vinesauce 2. Okay, I see what you did there. I like how he tagged it as crap and bad. If you think your own art is bad, make it good before you upload it. But still, that wasn't that bad. I've seen worse. From Sakoto, Crenando's tightest challenge yet. Fuck you, Crenando. Nanago, Lamengo, Chunky ass. What? This is just things I've said today, all in a drawing with rupees surrounding me. From Mafro, Crenando, Hyrule's newest threat. An ancient evil, yet a new evil awakens. And pizza reigns upon the land. From Mugi. I like how you snuck that one in at the last minute. Same from Boy Bill here. Rain Pizza. And from Sylveon, here is the version with the black background. Okay. Alright, cool. Oh, what would be a good piece to end with? They're all really good, but you know what? Just the plain old mushrooms. Alright, well, we've reached the end of another chapter. We closed the Ocarina of Time Master Quest 3D. This is the first time I've defeated Crenando in Master Quest. I've actually never finished it because I got really frustrated with it years ago when it came out for on the collector's edition. When did that come out? 2002, was it? It was a pre-order bonus for Wind Waker, right? Came with I think it came with Wind Waker, right? Yeah, Wind Waker. And it came out 2003. Early 2003. I actually was sick. I had what the hell did I have? I had the flu, or I had some crazy shit. I was out of school for like 2.5 weeks. And yeah, Wind Waker came out. Seriously, I'm not lying. It wasn't like a convenient sickness. It was legit. And I was sick. I was home. Wind Waker came out like while I was sick, and it was perfect. I got to play Wind Waker for like 2.5 weeks with no school. Another really great video game moment in my life. But yeah. Anyway, guys, as always, thank you for watching. Good night, everyone. See you soon with more scary games, Eternal Darkness, and some other stuff. Take care.